shocking details have emerged in the Renuka Swamy murder case, in connection to which Kannada actor Darshan was arrested. Police sources have now revealed that the actor allegedly asked 3 men to take blame for the crime in exchange for cash. Reports also claim that Darshan reportedly offered 15 lakh rupees to 3 men and asked them to take the blame for Renuka Swamy's murder. This comes hours after Karnataka police officials also claim that Darshan and his aides beat Renuka Swamy with sticks and threw him against the wall, which led to his death. Darshan was arrested by the Bengaluru police from Mysuru on the 11th of June. He was then brought to Bengaluru and sent to 6 days of police custody. Police officials are investigating his involvement in this murder case and have already seized his cell phones. Remember, Renuka Swamy was found dead at Sumanali Bridge in Bengaluru on the 8th of June 2024. He used to reportedly work at an Apollo pharmacy branch in Chitradurga. Previously, police officials claimed that Renuka used to send vulgar messages to Kannada actress Pavitra Gowda, a friend of Darshan's. Angry about this, Renuka Swamy was murdered and his dead body then was allegedly thrown into a canal. Well, let me quickly bring in our guest joining us at this point. Brinda Adige, social activist, is live with us. Sanjay Sahai, former ADGP Karnataka, also joins us live. Sanjana Galrani, actress, is also live with us on the broadcast. Let me bring you in here first, Brinda Adige, on what you make of this absolutely shocking case. Of course, accused is a high-profile actor, and now murky details, of course, emerging, showing how there were certain payments which were going out to 3 men who were supposed to become the fall guys to implicate Darshan.
Preposterous, appalling, criminal. These are people who are not only high profile, but they are very rich, very well connected. They are influencers. We are seeing this increasingly across India. We also saw with that Pune case where that teenager and the mother came to give her blood, whatever that might be. Constantly, we are seeing that people who are powerful, who are connected, seem to think that they can get away, that they will not be punished, that the law of the land does not apply to them. They do not have to fear the law of the land, but everybody else must be afraid. Just goes to show that this man's impunity seems to be infinite. His fan club and the fan frenzy seem to be being taken advantage of, giving 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs, whatever it might be, because the fans don't really understand that they are going in for life. Nobody might have explained to them that this is not your God. This is not sacrificing your life. Their families are at stake also. What about their families? What about their own lives, their future? And an actor like Darshan is a repeat offender. That is something that all of us know. Earlier, his wife had registered an FIR and had talked about severe, grave physical and mental harassment and assaults that were meted out to her. But because of some kind of a mediation, he got away. The case was closed. But this just goes to show that politicians who may be backing him, other moneyed people, maybe producers and directors, because a lot of money is riding on this man and the films that he has acted in, all these people are involved. It is time for the state to put its foot down and say that this is enough. No longer will these kind of influences be allowed or impunity be increased because of the kind of fan following they have, or maybe because of the powers that be. He should be duly punished. All evidence is over there, circumstantial evidence, statements are being made. And I think it is important that these statements also now be made before the magistrate, so that a 164 statement where they cannot retract tomorrow and say that the police, you were high-handed, they threatened, they intimidated, so we said these things. This is a case where the police must work very, very professionally and ensure that not even a single mistake is made, so that the real culprits, led by a high-profile person, is behind bars for the crimes that they have committed.
Okay. At the end of the day also, Sanjay Sahai, do you believe that this is now an open and shut case with the kind of statements that have come forth, with the kind of evidence recovered by the police so far? Should it be an open and shut case, or are there still loopholes, do you believe?
I'll add a point before we get into the open and shut case. So the first point is, from the real life to social media, this is the surreal story which you have created for our celebrity and influencers. And one a solid fan is basically enraged or motivated to kill another, I think this is the part of the story which needs to be known. And the celebrities need to be tamed, and they should also understand as to how to go forward in the present social media world. And the social media is not something like we used to call it, if you can't face the world, Facebook. But now it's the other way around. If you can't face the world will always catch up with you and it will force you to face the world properly. So real life is totally different. Nor do the fans realize, and nor do these celebrities realize. Now coming to the case as such, it is a very clear-cut, premeditated conspiracy where each single detail has been neatly attended to. And but for the recovery of this body, it would have taken a long time to unravel this case. Each component from the conspiracy itself, from the lewd remarks and what Pavitra, the way she instigated or provoked this guy to get into this conspiracy, then getting the Chitradurga fan club leader Raghavendra, then this whole journey after abduction to the shed, beating him up, all details are out there, the Scorpio details are there. There is another Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, whether this guy was there or not, that story also goes on. So I think all the details are pretty clear. There can be a technical flaw somewhere because of lack of witnesses appearing, or might be some other. So we also have, chief examiner of electronic evidence. So sometimes those certificates are not provided. So what Vrinda Adike has told, that we should be crystal clear about the technical requirements of a charge sheet and of a judicial trial, and that we should involve all the people required, inclusive of the witness protection, and take it to the judicial process. As it stands now, all the chain or all the links of this particular case is clear, and if investigated properly and tied up on a digital platform with all digital and circumstantial evidence in place, it will certainly lead to a logical conclusion of conviction.
Yes. Sanjana, come in here on, on the pattern as well before this, as Brinda DK was just saying, that this is not someone who is facing this for the first time, which would shock then and surprise many about his conduct and about this plot that he hatched. But there is a pattern to it. He's a serial offender. If you look at, incidents before this regarding him, what do you make of it as being a colleague of his in the industry there in Karnataka?
I worked with him as a co-star in a film like Arjun, and the very first thing I would like to clear here is whosoever it is, it might be a politician, it might be a celebrity, or it might be a layman. Law and order is the same in our country for everyone, and justice has to be served for somebody like Renuka Swami. Because if I tell you how I know Darshan, then I shouldn't be told that, okay, you're defending him and, you're just being another celebrity on the block. And
Sanjana? Okay, I think we've lost her. Brinda Dige, as you were saying that there is a pattern to it, he was a serial offender. Do you believe that should be taken into consideration in the trial ahead as well?
Absolutely. Pattern, antecedents, we have to look at all of this. And we know that recidivism of convicts is very, very clear. Now, here he may not have been convicted, but this is a person who seems to have played out his real life on the real life. And this is toxic masculinity, which the fans have accepted that it is okay. So what? You don't harass our, so-called our Anna, our God, in this manner, in this indecent, derogatory manner. But what did this leader, this actor do? He walked along, he went along with his fans. The fans may not have enough information, but he's a leader. He's expected to behave in a certain manner. He may claim that my privacy has been breached, but once somebody comes into this field, they have voluntarily given up privacy. So when these people make these derogatory statements, he should have gone to police and registered a case on Renuka Swami and let the law take its course. And today the laws are strong. He would have been arrested and, of course, with bail and all of that. But the case would have taken its logical course. He didn't do all that. What he did is absolute high-handedness, impunity, and the arrogance that he will get away. The people will take the fall for him. There are people who worship him. They will take the fall for him. He has money to throw. So that's it. That dangerous, scary behavior must be cut and stopped now.
Yes, Sanjana, I think you're back with us. Please go ahead. We'd lost you earlier.
I would like it if I'm not intruded when I'm talking, because if I'm just conveyed half of what I have to convey, then
No,
I
your frame froze. Your frame froze.
Okay.
We lost you, so we had to go to someone else. Go ahead.
Okay. So the person I know is a very gentleman kind of a person. Of course, yes, he's had his personal incidences coming up in the social media and in the public eye with his wife and everything. That is something I would, that's the past. But after that, when I worked with him, he was a complete gentleman. And this is one incident that has gone completely brutally wrong. And another irony that every celebrity faces, like I was pulled along in a legal case. So what happened is a friend of mine was taken into custody, and he just blabbered that, okay, Sanjana also is involved in drugs. And I was arrested just because one other person whom I knew very well put me and dragged me into this. And when I was dragged and when I was in police custody and my phones were taken away for interrogation, there were, I think, a million lies told about me. I've got a clean sheet from the High Court. It took me 3 years to quash the case by the grace of God, and I'm here in front of you. But when a celebrity is even known to somebody who's an accused, you're just pulled into it like a huge hurricane. And there's so much which has been spoken about you. There's your past which comes up, and so many unproven facts, so many and I think somewhere we don't have the right to say that he will be convicted, or let's tally whatever is happening in the media and let's see the links and he will be convicted. Because when our respected Commissioner Sir Dayanand Sir himself has given a statement saying Vicharane inna nadita ide, the particular interrogation is strongly going on. It's too early for me to give you any statement about anything. And apart from that, the charge sheet is still to come in front of us to actually analyze that who plays what roles in this. And whenever something like this happens with the celebrity is literally murdered to death with one version on one channel and another version on another channel and another version.
But we're seeing what
we have to allow
we're
the cops.
seeing how the
cops
plot is
job.
unfolding.
No, the cops
There are
doing
multiple
such a good
people
job
who've
of
actually
protecting the law and order.
there are multiple people who've actually come out and named him. It's not that this is suddenly being he's being thrown in the dock. 8 of the accused have actually implicated Darshan, claiming his presence there during the assault. In fact, now there are 3 people who are saying that they were being paid money to take the blame for him, to actually be the fall guy, so that he could be let off the hook.
For any human being, everything is not money. Nobody deserves to be let off the hook. If you're a celebrity or a politician or a layman, law and order is the same for everyone. If you are involved in this murder, then you have to be convicted. Whosoever you are, it doesn't matter. We are not here to sit and butter anyone because somebody is a big star. But we all, being from the Kannada industry, somewhere we have an emotional corner in our heart, because we all here in the Kannada industry film community are like one small family. We are not like Bollywood where there are thousands of people, and this is like one prime member of our family who has been taken away. So our hearts have been very hit. It's been like the dooms week for us. Last 2 days has been horrible. All of us have been so down and low. He has such big films that he's doing, and for him to be taken away in a scandal like this, it's going to be a huge breakdown for the Kannada industry.
Are your hearts also going out then for Renuka Swami in the same manner that they're going out for Darshan?
Absolutely, my hearts are going out first for Renuka Swami and his wife Sahana. I saw her interview. I was in tears. I saw their parents. He was the only breadwinner in his house. The very first statement when I joined this interview, I told you that law has to be the same. Whosoever you are, however rich you are, however poor you are, the law doesn't change or alter according to that. So the very first thing is justice has to be served to Renuka Swami. We have to respect each and every step that the cops are taking to safeguard the interest of Renuka Swami and family. But at the same time, the entire Karnataka, the entire fan brigade of his is literally mourning, and the Kannada industry is mourning. There's a lot of money rolling on the superstar. And we just hope that somewhere, like how I came out of this particular scandal in which I was taken and I got a complete clean sheet from the High Court and I came out and I know what I had had gone through, and I know the kind of rumors that were spoken about me. I know the kind of allegations that were spoken about me. And when something so brutal happens, a bad case happens
Yes.
on you, only the bad news goes out 10,000%.
Okay. Okay, I think we've lost you again there. Okay, we've lost you again there. Let me get in Sanjay Sahai. Sanjay Sahai, Sanjana, they're saying that sometimes, celebrities are victimized because of their VIP status. What's your response to that? And also, Sanjay Sahai, as far as, this particular case is concerned, do you believe, in a trial, previous instances, being a serial offender can be used to get you a harsher sentence?
His intemperate behavior from 2011 till 2024 of whatever has been narrated in the public domain, that has been condoned nearly every time. And condemnation of that sort of an intemperate behavior might be has created the serial offender. The general understanding is that I can get away with the system. Otherwise, paying for getting people who are his fans, primarily they are his diehard fans, and they are going to confess that they have committed the crime. I think it is something very, very bizarre. So putting one diehard fan against a couple of other diehard fans, ending up in death, I think it is something very, very unimaginable. Comparing crimes as Sanjana was doing of one crime against the other, I think this is one crime which is completely bizarre, is not based on allegation. It has been a cold-blooded murder and it has been a very premeditated conspiracy at every level. And those levels are unraveling because of the huge effort which is going in this case. So if it is a
Sir, at that point of time when I was victimized, it was even on New York Times, it was even on India Today, it was even on Mirror Now. It was so bad when it happened with me. Nobody imagined that I will come out of it with a clean sheet. I was a clear victim of the system, but here I am.
We are talking as per the facts available today and facts available in the public domain, and lots of facts which are also being put out by the police. So only on those facts we are discussing. Tomorrow there might be a technical flaw in the case and somebody can come out unscathed. Those things have also happened. There might be one certificate which is not available in the trial, and for that reason somebody gets saved. There are 13 people with different criminal activities. So 13 people, if you take an Excel sheet, you put 13 rows and there will be some 10, 15, 20 columns on each of this activity, each of the evidence, each of the weapon, each of the timing. That can be completely mapped. And I have firm faith that the investigating officer and the whole team headed by the Commissioner of Police, they will go as per the law, as per the scientific evidence and create the whole story. And it also needs tomorrow required. We should get the best of the prosecuting people. And why does the criminal justice stand? Why has been criminal justice system created? It is not to save the celebrity. It is created to save the operation.
Okay, Brinda DK also coming back in. Brinda DK, go ahead.
People who have been victimized.
I completely agree.
It's the job of the state.
I agree.
To provide justice to the last point. The state cannot move somewhere in between.
If you look at our jurisprudence, Madam Sanjana, if you look at Indian jurisprudence, you can let go of the 99 criminals accused, but you will have to protect that one innocent. So which means it is the innocent who is now going to bear the burden. So what you are saying is not so correct when you say that, somebody because of their antecedents, because of this. Please listen and understand to what Mr. Sahai also said. All of this has been condoned. Earlier it has been condoned. One moment, madam, just a minute. So what happens when a person of this nature thinks his fans can take the fall, they will take the blame. They idolize him.
Now it is an allegation.
Idolize him. But what the fans have not realized is their families.
The charge sheet is yet to be filed, ma'am. We cannot jump the gun and convict him today over this debate.
We are not saying we are convicting him. Nobody can convict over here.
This
is a debate. This is an argument. This is a conversation. These are your views and my views.
Confusion also right now. that this is what is going to happen, or this person is definitely a criminal, or this person
Madam,
is...
Okay,
I will
why don't you
form
tell
my
us-
views
have to
based on
wait
this
for
person's
that.
antecedents only. I
We
don't
have
know
to
who he
wait.
is.
We have to wait
I
and
have
watch.
no direct
We have
contact
to
with
wait
this
and watch.
person.
Yeah, we
But
have to
what we
wait and
need to
watch.
realize and understand is on the first day, including the police commissioner said that Pavitra Gowda is his wife. And then some other stories came out later on. What we want to understand and tell people is if somebody is trolling you, if you are being bullied online, it is unacceptable. But that is why you have the law there. When you, the leader, when you, a public figure, goes out and registers a case, even against your very good fan, for bullying and trolling, it means you respect the law and you expect the law to work for you. That is the understanding of every citizen in this country. The laws that are there will work for me because I have been harmed, I am assaulted,
strongly
I am the
believe
one
the
who's
same.
pushed to the corner.
I
But
strongly
in this
believe the
particular
same.
case, that is not what happened. Renuka Swami is also a fan of Darshan. He is not somebody who just came day before yesterday. A fan who has bullied and trolled this person, unacceptable. It's a criminal activity. They should have gone to the police. That didn't happen. What happened was everything else, where a man has lost his life, his wife, who's 5 months pregnant, will now have no father. Unborn child will have no father. What a life! An entire family has gone to naught.
Yes. Okay,
And that
Sanjana, why
means
don't you respond?
justice must be served.
Since you know, as you were saying, since you worked with Darshan in the past, you're of course from the same industry as well. Tell us a bit about, what you know of the man and what you know of Pavitra Gowda personally, because obviously, as our co-panelists are saying, they're speaking, of course, based on the public facts coming out so far. Yes, there can be a twist again, but also many is saying that there is a pattern. We all know what his ex-wife also has alleged about him. We all know how, of course, he was accused of assaulting a waiter as well. There are all those other incidents which are also now reminding many of his past antecedents.
Absolutely. But tell me your exact question right now. You're just reminding me of his previous incidents.
Yes. So,
Pavitra Gowda is not somebody we know of. Pavitra Gowda
you tell us
is a
about
person
what you know of both of them.
Pavitra Gowda is a person who came up in the media about 3 or 4 months ago, claiming that she's his second wife. So she's somebody who is new to us, but I know him as a co-star. I don't know him on a personal level. But yes, when we meet, there's a lot of grace and he really respects the people around him. He's really diplomatic. He's really very nice. He's like a gentleman. You talk to him for 5 minutes and you leave. And the kind of a aura he carries is that of a very humble person. And you're always astonished that he's such a big superstar and he's yet so humble. And that has always been his nature in the X number of times that I've met him all my life. And that's what makes everyone in the industry admire Darshan sir. But now this particular situation has completely gone haywire. I think time will tell us everything, and time will heal everything, and time will unveil the truth also,
Okay, all right.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.